Today, let's talk back workout. Let's go. Back workouts. I do back and traps together. I already did a video about traps, which was the previous video. So in this video, I'm just gonna cover the back. That's it. I might talk about rear delts. I might not, because it is in the back. Sometimes I do it. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Hope you learned some incredible stuff, something new, something excitement. And if you're already part of this channel, I appreciate you tuning in again. For those of you who are brand new, don't forget to subscribe and like, so that way you get all these videos that are coming out. I'll send some links below, so you can email me privately if you want, if you have some questions, or you can just comment right on the page. I will get to those and answer those in a Q&A, but if you email me, I'll email you right away. So we're gonna slide over and start the back workout routine. So I like to start, now you can do any order you want. This is just my recommendation from my experience. But I'm gonna go right to anything bent over. Now, be careful with bent over rows. They're really tough. My favorite is the T-bar padded bent over rows. If you can find those in the gym, you had to go with mine, because they just keep removing them. Like, they're hard to find. It's bent over, has a pad, and you wanna grab it all the way on the end. As you can see in this picture, I can't illustrate in the video because when I was doing this exercise in the gym that I was at, they didn't have it. So I had to do another exercise, which I'll get into in a minute. So you grab wide, and then you pull straight up, and don't take your whole back off the pad. You want to lift your back up a little bit, but keep your stomach on the pad, and then just kind of, and everything you're doing, stretch at the end. Control it and stretch. Stretching makes the muscle longer and bigger, kind of like when I told you about biceps in my other video. Make sure you stretch, and then up, stretch. And when you're stretching, there should be a pause. Don't just do like a movement like this, because you're doing it too fast. You want to control. It's better muscle development. Stretch, pull, stretch, pause, pull, stretch, pause, pull. All right. So, in this video, this is me doing bent over rows with a bar in the corner. We had no choice, had them advice. Now, I call this the toilet seat position. You don't want to bend over like this, like back in the day. It's risky. If you're doing lightweight, you can do it, but I have I have minor issues with my lower back, so that wouldn't be comfortable for me. If you can do and get away with it, just be careful. And anything on that bent over with your back, even shrugs too, make sure you get a good belt. Get a nice leather, or there's so many good belts out, but make sure it's thick, like wide and thick. Don't get a small belt like this, get a wider one and put it on real tight and wear it per exercise. Don't put it on and then walk around the gym with it, because if you can tolerate the belt on your body and stay in the gym the whole time, then it's not tight enough. If you can wear wrist wraps I've seen people in the gym wear wrist wraps all over the gym, never taking them off, and the hand doesn't turn blue. That means that they're not on tight, and then that means that there's no protection. They have to be tight for protection. It's gotta be tight. You're gonna see me in this video wrapping this around the pole. This is how I get this belt on, just for this exercise. When exercise is done, I take it off. Breathe, take off the wrist wraps. Breathe, loosen up the straps. Breathe. Don't wear the belt unless you're doing an exercise, and put it on extremely uncomfortably tight. You're wearing it for protection, not for look. Wear the belt for safety, not for for look. Put it on and take it off. Knee wraps too. You put them on, take them off. You don't need to leave them on. All right, so you can do Smith machine off the floor. That's not bad. The good thing about Smith machine, even though it's bent over, is that you don't need to do it with anybody. You can do it by yourself, because it's already on the Smith. So you can load up the weights, unhook it, stand up straight, and then bend over in a toilet position. Toilet position means that you're standing, it looks like you're sitting on a toilet, a ghost toilet, because that's your position. And then slightly bend your knees, that way you can get the bar over it. And then bring it straight up. And then stretch. Make sure you stretch and then bring it straight up. Don't bend over, because you're putting your lower back at risk. There is, I mean, you can use a free weight too. That's kind of a pain in the butt if you're by yourself, because you got to load one side, you got to load the other side. You know, and don't bang the weights when you put them down. I've seen people bang the weights, bam, bam. You don't need to do that. You need to stretch. Usually if you're doing free weights or the Smith machine, I'll get the aerobic stepper thing once again, like I did with triceps. That way I can go up higher. That way I get a better stretch without it hitting the floor, right? Because if it hits the floor and you stand up, unless you're real tall, then you're not going to have that problem. If you're short like me, you got to step on something. That way it brings you up higher so you can get that stretch. So with that, my back is already warmed up. I'll probably do 1 or 2 warm-ups because it's a different angle. Then I'll go right to my sets. I do 2, I recommend 3. And then from there, we'll go over to wide grip pull down. Now this is gonna be for the width of your back. You wanna go as wide as you can, not so wide where there's no movement, and not so close where it's too much and it's not thick. You wanna go, if you get the right bar, your hand should just, here's the bar, right? Your hand should be just going over the bar. Usually I grab right here. You can grab a little, if you have longer arms or you're taller, then you can probably grab to the end. Depends on how wide you are. But you want to get a good width where you can, you can pull it down with a good movement. Make sure that when you put the seat, where the seat is at, make sure you pull up the pin where the pad is and sit all the way in as deep as you can go where the pad is hitting your body. Then drop it and lock. You should not be able to move. This is how you want to be. I've seen people where it's on the mid-thigh, and then when they're doing it, they're lifting up like this as they're pulling it down. Don't do that. That's, first of all, it's unsafe and it's taken away from your training. Make sure you're locked in. You might even need somebody to help you pull down the weight, like in this video. Pull down the weight, and then when you're doing it, you stretch all the way. And then when you bring it to the top of the chest, right here, right by your chin. Don't go way back here. It should be like in a 90. But don't be still. Don't do that. I've seen people doing this because they want to work on their form. That's ridiculous. All your training is biceps. You gotta do a little yank, a small yank. Stretch, pull, stretch, pull, as you can see in this video. That's how you get back involved. If you was moving a refrigerator, would you just slide it like this? Or would you, so when you're pulling like that means you're using your back. Getting your back involved. Get your back involved with a minor yank or minor pull. I don't know if you're gonna blow your back out or just, you gotta pull. If you're like this, like I see people doing this, this is the set. That's all biceps. There's no back involved. You gotta get your back involved. Get your back involved. Form is everything, but that's the wrong form. What I'm showing you now is the right form to get back involved. So, once you do that, use your straps, and you don't have to do. I've seen people doing it behind the head. Do this, and let me know how comfortable that is. Is that comfortable for you? Your shoulders. It's not even a normal movement. What's this, like a full Nelson? They put that on you because it's uncomfortable. This is uncomfortable. There's no difference between this and this, because I've seen people do this and do this. It's the front is the way to go. If you want to do them in the back, you can. I'm not knocking you for it. I'm just telling you that there's really no need for it. It's not a natural position for your head to go forward and you have to go back, because this is as far as you can go unless you're double jointed. But why not be comfortable? Be comfortable. Do it the right way. And you can pull down a little bit heavier. So just my recommendation anyway. All right, then we'll circle around to the seated rows. Now you could do 2 if you want. You could do 2. I recommend to implement the single movement. Remember I told you every exercise you should end with a single movement? Well, this is the single movement because it's the only opportunity to have it, unless you switch to the end. But I like to take a break from the upper and I like to go to the mid and then go back up. So I'll explain it in a minute. So go to the seated single rows. Now just go right to your weight. You could try 1 and then all right, next one I'll go up. I'll typically do 2 here. I recommend 3 as well. You're gonna sit down straight. You could do dumbbells too. I don't like doing dumbbells because the last few times I've done it, I felt like the blood was rushing to my head because I'm kind of leaning over, maybe because I'm getting older. But you could do dumbbells if you want. But I like to sit up straight. You know what I mean? And then I'll just put my whatever loose hand it is, put it on your thigh, isolate yourself, and then start on your weak side first. You get 6 or 7, do only 6 or 7 on that side. Whatever your weak side does, the strong side does the same. Don't do extra on the strong side because you'll be unbalanced, like I discussed in the previous video. Just stretch by the fist like this, like in this video, and then pull it close to your body. Keep your arm close. Don't way out here. Keep it close to your body and bring your hand down to your lower waist while you're holding. And use your feet to hold you. Then stretch, and then come out, like in this video. This is good for because your back is split down the middle. So for independent strength is like I told you about. This is good for that. All right. Then you do about 2 to 3 sets. Then circle it around back to where you did your wide. Get the little bar that looks like this. Hook it. And now you're gonna do close grip pull downs. Now this is gonna be for the thickness of your back. So you're gonna be working on your width and your thick. So when you turn to the front, wow, it's wide. You turn to the side, ooh, it's thick. You know what I mean? Wide and thick is what you want. Back is a huge part of your body. So you're gonna, same thing, lock your body in there, have somebody bring it down to you, and on this time you're gonna bring it to the top of your chest. Not down here, top of your chest. You're gonna lean back and then stretch. Lean back and then stretch, just like it's displayed in this video. This is good for depth. Go as heavy as you can. You're probably gonna go around the same weight you did with the wide, maybe a little more, because this one you use a little more biceps because it's closer. Usually when you do something closer, it's a little bit easier than anything wide because you're more compact. Compact exercises are usually a little stronger than wide exercises in most cases. Then after that, we did lower, we did mid, and we did upper. Now we probably want to just do a couple of things here and there to kind of finish off the little pieces of the back that we want, like maybe like the side obliques to the back. You can grab the bar. I don't have a video for it because I never videotaped me doing that, but I do have this picture of how it's done. I can't use a video from somebody else, copyright reasons. Probably blow their face, but you grab the bar on the bend like you did up here, but over here. You're gonna stand up, put a pad in your back. If there's no pad, then you got to isolate your body. And you're gonna go only as high as above your eyebrow, where the bar's gonna go. And lock your arm, but don't lock it, bend, like lock it in place, but slight bend on the elbow. And then bring it straight all the way down to your legs and pop your chest out when you bring it down. And then come up and then hold it. Don't let it block out. Hold it just as it passes your eyeball. Stop and then bring it down and pop your chest out. That's gonna be good for like your obliques, and which is the muscles over your rib cage and or in your back, and it helps a little bit with the width too. I'll add to that. Then after that, do 2 sets, 2 to 3 sets. Make sure the form is good on that. You're not gonna go. That one's not a really heavy movement. That one's all form, so you really got to isolate, and because if you start bending your arms too much, then it's just too heavy. Make sure your arms just slightly bent, just slightly, and then just keep it there. Tuck your chin, pop your chest out, bring it up. Then we're gonna do lower back. Lower back, if you're in shape, the muscle starts to look like a Christmas tree, just the way it shows. I might be able to show you in this picture a Christmas tree effect if you're lean. But a hyperextension, you can use a machine, which I prefer because I'm up. I don't like using the other one where it's like a padded type of mechanism type of thing. You get in it and then you're kind of leaned over like this, like in this picture, and then you just come straight up and you come down. You can use weights. Some people I see use weights, a dime, a nickel. I wouldn't go any heavier than that because you're gonna do about 15 reps. This is just gonna isolate and strengthen your lower back. But I like using the machine, straight up with the machine, 15 reps, maybe 3 sets because it's a minor movement. The majors is like the bent over rows, the pull downs, and then minors will be like the single rows, things like that. So let's do a recap, right? Make sure you got your straps, make sure you have your belt, make sure it's a thick, wide, and thick, and you put it real tight. In between exercises, don't wear it around the gym. It's not holding your pants up. You don't need to. It's just if it's got to be so tight where it's uncomfortable. Sometimes I go just to get that extra notch because I want it so tight. I want to be protected. I've never hurt my back in the gym doing back. Well, that's not true. I hurt my back once. But I mean, I've been training for a long time. I've been training for over 35 years, and I might have tweaked it once because I wore a belt. I think I still have my belt. I have an old leather belt, but it's wide and it's thick. It's not. I'm sorry, that's the old belt. I have a black belt that's this thick and it's this wide. It's really wide. And when I put it on, I feel protected. I know I feel protected. So make sure you have a really good, you can use the Velcro one too. I have the one with the holes. I actually drill holes and I have to wrap it around. I usually wrap it around like use a Smith machine or the rack, like I'm showing you in this video, just to get it in there, blow out, get that extra notch. And then I'll go ahead and do my exercise and I take it right off. I take my straps right off. Not, well, the straps, I'll unvelcro them and then put them back on so they're not squeezing. When I do my set, I tighten everything up. When I'm not doing a set, everything's loose or off. That's how it should be if you're using it for protection. And then, make sure you put all your stuff away, very important. Put everything away the way you found it. If it was on the bottle, leave it on the bottle, clean your stuff. Always clean your stuff. Gym etiquette. Courtesy, clean your stuff. Even if some nitwit left the stuff on there for you to take off, because there are a lot of idiots in the gym that don't have that respect or common courtesy. Clean your stuff, put everything back, put everything away. Then go over to the big jungle gym and do your wide pull downs with the straps, lock down, wide, stretch, squeeze, jerk back, stretch, squeeze, jerk back. And then circle around and do the single dumbbells or the cables. I said I prefer cables, that's me. 2 to 3 sets, weak side first, stretch, pull, squeeze. Stretch, pull, squeeze, isolate your body. Stretch, pull, squeeze. Then go back around and do your close grip for thickness again. Bent over rows, anything bent over is gonna be for thickness, and this exercise thick. So you're doing two for wide and 2 for thick, pretty much. So do your close grip, same thing. Isolate the lower body. You're gonna stretch, pull back, and stretch. And then you're gonna do these for the obliques. It's a good exercise. I don't do them all the time, but I try to do them all the time. Just it's a because sometimes I'm so tired I want to leave because I train really heavy and really hard. But if I have my crew, then so I get a good partner because they'll motivate you when you don't feel like it. If you're training by yourself, you might be like, I'm tired. I've done that plenty of times. Get a good motivated partner, not from outside. They got to be from in the gym. You try to bring somebody outside. I talked about this before in another video, and sometimes it doesn't work. In my case, it never worked. My best partner is always someone that's already doing it. So then do for your lower back, hyperextension, the machine, which I recommend, nice and easy, or you can do the little padded one and just come up like this and just come up, squeeze, and then come down. Come up, squeeze for a second, don't just swing. Squeeze, and then come down. Squeeze like for a second, and then come down. Come down easy too, control it, and you'll get the most out of it. So that is my back routine on Wednesday. For those of you who are subscribing and coming to the video, I thank you immensely. You really helped me out with the videos, and the guys and gals who are already subscribed, my loyal followers. Thank you so much, because I appreciate all you guys following and showing an interest and hanging in there with me. I thank you. And don't forget to subscribe and like. Also, like I said, if you have any personal questions or something private you want to put on the channel, you can email me and it'll be in the description. I'll email you back privately. Any comments, questions, anything like that, you can put it right on the channel. I will read that, and once I get a whole bunch of those, I'll answer those on the Q&A. But if you email me privately, I'll answer you right away. So thank you, and how do I leave you guys? God bless. Train hard, train safe, eat hard, eat clean, and I'll see you in the next one.